Iho, ai to ake Dakot Iapi uspeucha kapta ake uskamta. Ta hadached uhiota kapsne. Dako ota ichunk oba ake dechet. Uhiota kaba tushta ake hatcha na taku u no ugospim na nija yechet unispipta. Tukaha woche gig ha. Tana ichamush ni cher woche ge wajiwa kakekte. Ai to atewa kantaka. A kuritoa hitoga. Ai to shimakida. Brihe bichikta. Taku ichamukting na. Daya chatewa steya hatchet. Tukata kia tona Dakota Iapi shning na. Itohna izawana ikikchupta. Dakota Iapi hana uspech ichaba Dakota Iapi ayaw umpta hatchet na. Wada tuhata che ai no nakita na awosh akachegash. Dakota Iapi he unkitope. Dwe was wana Dakota Iapta hana hatchet unkichia kape. Unka amija tuhata che wichoy ke go re wake to ish ni chegash. Wakantanka heri dohya kehna. Ibeduksinga. Tuktewa nakta hatchet dama kipazikta hatchet. Wochikeki na okarache. Ukaushi makida e. Wakia ho mani we meche to ushukida umakia ho. Ha, mitake was. Iho, ito. Toke ha. Was each I picked short phrases Iapi. Dakota Iapi. They're sentences. Just, from the sentences I've made or taught before, they're just going to be a little bit harder, not too hard, but, still enough to be able to pronounce it and to be able to understand, what is being talked about. Some of the words that I will use, will be, used before, are the words that are being used before. So I'm going to say them slowly, and then I'll give the translation at the end. So the first one is Wopi icha rewaji duha. Wopi icha rewaji duha. Wopi icharu waji duha. Do you have a pencil or a pen? Wopi icharu waji duha. The next one, Wayawa wichakirag he, Tokia iaya he. Wayawa wichakirag he, Tokia iaya he. Wayawa wichakirag he, Toki iaya. Where did the teacher go? Wayawa wichakirag he. Tokia iaya he. Or you can say, Wauspi wichakirag he. Tokia iaya he. Due ista ririha. Due ista ririha. Due ista ririha. Who has brown eyes? Due ista ririha. Wichichana ki nina pahi ote. Wichichana ki nina pahi ote. Wichichana ki nina pahi ote. The girl has a lot of hair. Wichichana ki nina pahi ote. I wihimuke ki wandaka hai. Wihimuke ki wandaka hai. Wihimuke ki wandaka hai. Did you see the rainbow? Wihimuke ki wandaka hai. Did you see the rainbow? Napokashke nina mayazaya. Napokashke nina mayazaya. Napokashke nina mayazaya. My wrist is really sore. Napokashke nina mayazaya. Wakshicha badaska ki he mag-u. Wakshicha badaska ki he mag-u. Wakshicha badaska ki he mag-u. Give me the plate. Wakshicha badaska ki he mag-uya. Ina washpaya. Ina washpaya hai. Ina washpaya hai. Ina washpaya hai. Is mother cooking? Ina washpaya hai. Hokshiopa kisdo hai ya. Hokshiope. Hokshiopa ki hai sdo hai ya. Hokshiopa ki hai sdo hai ya. The baby is crawling. Akan umpi wajidu ha hai. Akan umpi wajidu ha hai. Akan umpi wajidu ha hai. Do you have a jacket? Akan umpi wajidu ha hai. Omani bedekte. Omani bedekte. Omani bedekte. I'm going to travel. Omani bedekte. Omani bedekte. I'm going to travel. Nina wichota ahia. Nina wichota ahia. Nina wichota ahia. Many people have arrived. Nina wichota ahia. Nina wichota ahia. Bado ure chururuya. Bado ure chururuya. Bado ure chururuya. Fry some potatoes. Bado ure chururuya. We are nina hoastea. We are nina hoastea. We are nina hoastea. The woman has a pretty voice. We are nina hoastea. Dakto kamukta taishne. Dakto kamukta taishne. Dakto kamukta taishne. Dakto kamukta taishne. I don't know what to do. Dakto kamukta taishne. I don't know what to do. Okay, that's 15 sentences I did, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat them again, like how I did before. Wo pichage waji duha hai. Wo pichage waji duha hai. Do you have a pencil? Wo pichage waji duha hai. Wauspi wichakera kitu ki iaya hai. Wauspe wichakera ki heto ki iaya. Or you can say, Wayawa wichakera ki he tokia iaya he. Wayawa wichakera he toki iaya he. Where did the teacher go? Due ishta riri he. Due ishta riri he. Who has brown eyes? Due ishta riri he. Wichichiana kinina pahi ota. Wichichiana ki nina pahi ota ye. Wichichiana ki nina pahi ota ye. The girl has lots of hair. Napokashke nina mayaza ye. Napokashke nina mayaza ye. Napokashke nina mayaza ye. Wihimuke ki wandaka he. Wihimuke. Wihimuke is rainbow. Ki wandaka he. Wihimuke. Wihimuke ki wadaka he. Did you see the rainbow? Wakshicha badaska ki hemak uya. Wakshicha badaska. Wakshicha badaska is plate. Hemak u. Mag-u is give. Wakshicha badaska ki hemak uya. Ina washpaya he. Ina washpaya he. Is mother cooking. Ina washpaya he. Ina is mother washpaya he. Cooking. Is she cooking? Hokshiopa ki sdoheya. Hokshiope ki he. Hokshiope ki sdoheya. Hokshiopa ki sdoheya. Hokshiopa ki sdoheya. The baby is crawling. Akan umpi wajiduha he. Akan umpi wajiduha hai. Akan umpi wajiduha hai. Do you have a jacket? Omani bedekteya. Omani bedekteya. Omani bedekteya. I am going to travel. Nina wichota ahia. Nina wichota ahia. Nina wichota ahia. Lots of people, or many people, have arrived. Bado ure chururuyaye. Bado ure chururuyaye. Bado ure chururuyaye. Fry some potatoes. Wia kinina hoastea. Wia kinina hoastea. Wia kinina hoastea. The woman has a pretty voice. Dakto kamukta taishne. Dakto kamukta taishne. Dakto kamukte taishne. I don't know what to do. Dakto kamukta taishne. So those are about 15 shortened sentences. When we get back tomorrow, I'll go over the same sentences, but what I'll do is I'll break down the sentence and break it down into, each part, each word, what it means. So that is what will be happening tomorrow. So we have our 15 sentences, and like I've said before, keep practicing. It's the only way we will know. I try and say them as slow as I can so you can get the proper pronunciation. And if you have a device, a recording device, by all means you can use them to record it so as you can hear it often, every day, whatever chance you get, listen to it, because that's the only way we'll learn, and we'll keep going. And in no time, you'll be able to say the proper way, the proper sound. And we will keep adding words to it so as to, and this is the only way we can build on it, build more sentences, and hopefully, we'll be able to be talking fluently. So I'll end my lesson here, but I'll come back later on again to talk a little bit more.
Kemisha Yokpia de Oheotake. I come and sit with a good heart, good mind. Yokpia Oheotake. Hankashi Opida Wichi. I give thanks to my female cousin for starting off the day. We've been off the air for a couple of weeks. Of course, the last time we were here was the 14th, I think, of March, I think, was the last Thursday that we were here. And then the following Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we had the Language Bowl in Brandon. So we didn't sit, we didn't air the sessions. And then Takosha was on holidays last week, so we gave him time off to do his thing. And then we're back again today. Ake Unhadipi. We are back. So we will continue with our Dakota language sessions. Dakota Iapi. Unspewi chakia unhia takape. Unspewi chakia is to teach. Unhia takape. We come and we sit in session. Unhia takape. Unka apetuke oashtechake. Apetu is de oashtechake. It's good. You can hear the crows. Hotumpe. The crows, you can hear them making their noise. It's a sign of spring. Wetu. Ehana in the back there's Ehana. The old people, Kunshis and Gans, they talk about the Unchishicheda. Unchishicheda is the crow. Unchishicheda. I'll try to spell it maybe. Unchishicheda. 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 The crow, the common bird, the crow, unchishicheda. Unchi, if you want to, let's talk about what is unchi. According to this paper here, unchi is a mother-in-law. Unchi is a mother-in-law. Shichada is a bad, kind of like bad, not bad, but well, I guess maybe that's the best way to describe it. Unchi shichada. So if unchi is a mother-in-law, the female way of saying mother-in-law, unchi shichada, the bad mother-in-law is what I would interpret unchi shichada to be. The crow is always making a noise, always talking. Maybe that's why they call it that. I'm not sure, but that's how I would interpret it. In the springtime, the old people used to wait for the crows to come back, to come back, hedipte, they're back. Around that time, it will snow, it'll storm. Unchishichara wakachpapi ayape. Unchishichara, the crow wakachpapi. 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 Kachpapi is to knock it down, to kind of like knock it down. In this case, the snow. Uchishichada wakachpapi. The crows are knocking the snow down. It seems to be the case around this time when the crows come back. When Cuba, Hadipka, when they're back, it storms, it snows. And that's what happened yesterday. There was a little storm yesterday and the night, during the night, it stormed. And that's what they used to talk about. The crows are knocking the snow down. We expect that around this time of the season. It usually storms and then it clears up. And that's what the old people used to talk about. When they come back, when they're back, it's going to snow. They will knock the snow down. They didn't. Kahpapte means it didn't happen yet, but they will. Kahpapte. If it's snowing already, you can say wa kahpapi. That's actually happening now. Wa kahpapi. But wa kahpapte is it didn't happen yet, but it will happen. Wa kahpapte and wa kahpapi. P is it's happening already. So we kind of expect that. Iaki pewiakompe, we're waiting for that time when the crows will get back. Iaki pewiakompe, we are waiting. Okay, when are the crows going to be back? Because when they come back, when they're back, then it'll snow, just like yesterday. Wakach papi, they knocked the snow down. Shogia hinchpeya. Shoka is thick. Shoka is thick. Shogia hindichpeya. They knocked it down into a thick pile. Hindichpeya. It fell down. Hindichpeya. Fell down. Unchishichara wakach papi. Shogia. Shoka. Shogia hindichpeya. It fell down in a thick manner, thick way. And we wait for that, for this season, this month of March. What is March? I was looking at that here earlier. March is, I read it here somewhere. This is some of the work that Missoon Harold Blacksmith made into a teaching model. He had some here. The different months. Iawaya Oaki Hishni. I can't find it. Iawaya Oaki Hishni. I can't find it. Tokamu. What did I do with it? Tokamu. What did I do with it? Tokamu. Well, anyways, it's March. I don't want to make a mistake and say this is how you say March. I think it's Ishtawi Chazawi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ishtawi Chazawi, March. Tomorrow is going to be April Fool. We're going to be fools tomorrow. We won't go kapte. He's a fool. He's a fool, that guy over there, Takoja. No, I don't mean Takoja. You know what I'm saying? He's a fool. He's crazy. He acts in a crazy fashion. The way he says things, his actions. So tomorrow is April 1st, April Fool's Day, and tomorrow is Wednesday. Thursday is full moon, I believe. Full moon on Thursday. We mimbe. Remember we talked about that? Wiki mimbe. It's round. And from full moon to full moon, remember we were talking about there's about 28, 29 days, somewhere in there. 28, we'll say, 28.5 days between the full moons. or the new moons, And that's how we tell time back in the day. So Thursday, ampetu itopa ka, Thursday, ampetu itopa, 4 topa. We mean back there it's going to be full moon. I think last time we were here, we were talking about the movements of the planets, or the daylight sun, and the Hawi, the night moon, how they travel, they move about in the universe, in the cosmos. So right now the sun rises right in the middle here. It went to the extreme, at the end, December 21st, it died. And then all of a sudden it became alive again, it starts moving. And it's right about here, the sun rises right about in the middle of the horizon here. It's going to continue until it gets to the furthest north it'll go, June 21st. It will rise. June 21st is the longest day, shortest night. Right now, March 20th, somewhere in there, daylight and the night are equal. They're equal. So that's the spring. And when it gets to June 21st over here and comes back again, in September, it will be right where March 20th was. And it'll be the same night and same length of night, same length of day again. That's called the equinox, right? The equinox, equal. Equal daylight hours, equal nighttime hours. Equinox. And the two furthest points are what do you call the solstices at the ends. The only time it stops moving is December 21st. That's the only time the sun stops. This one here, June 21st, it gets to the end and right away it starts coming back the next day. But the December one, this December solstice, it dies. It doesn't move. You can't see it by eye for a few days. Maybe 4 days, somewhere, and then you can physically see it move a little bit. But usually it's there for about 4 days. Four mornings it'll rise at the same place. And now we're at the equinox in the middle. So in the back days, Ehana, in the back days, the tribals of the world, if you want to call it that, they used to have 13 full moons, 13 moons in 1 year. 13 moons. But that was changed, Utokchapi, it was changed, Utokchapi, in the mid-1500s. They changed that. It used to be the Julian calendar that had 13 full moons, just like tribal. But now, in the mid-1500s, it was changed to the Gregorian calendar, where that's where you have the leap year and all the confusion, and we just changed our clocks. We put our clock ahead. I think it was last week sometime. Now we're different hour from Manitoba to Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan is slow. They're an hour behind us. Right now we're a little after 2, and Saskatchewan is a little after 1. So that daylight saving hour that kicked in put us an hour ahead of everybody. I don't know if that's good or not, but that's what they came up with. So they messed around with the lunar calendar that we had, in the back days. If you remember, Yeksuya Hecha, Yeksuya Pi. Yeksuya is you remember. Yeksuya Pi is you all remember. Weksuya, I remember. Weksuye, Yeksuye, Unkiksuya Pi. We all remember. Remember I was talking about, the seasonal movement of the sun rising. My grandma used to have a seasonal clock calendar on the wall, on the west wall of our log house. She had marks when the sun is way over here, when the sun is way over there, when the sun is in the middle. These kinds of things. She keeps track of the different seasons. But that has all changed. There's not 13, well, there's still 13 moons, but we've changed that calendar in the mid-1500s. So kind of throws things off, and that's the way it is. Confusion. When you're confused, you are better managed that way by the powers to be, I guess, But that's another subject. So Chishicharas are back, the crows are back, and of course the eagles are right with them. Dechia over here, Chankuo on the road. Unfortunately, there's a young tachcha, a little deer, got run over, laying on the road. I noticed that a week ago. Now there's wambadi there. There's eagles there. 4 of them the other day. They're feeding on that deer. Unfortunately, was killed. A vehicle must have hit it. But it's a nice sight to see the wambadis are back. The eagles are back. The unchishichada, the crows are back. They're really noisy right now. They're knocking the snow down. Wakach pape. So I imagine there'll be snowy days coming yet. Moving into April. We're not out of the woods yet. Hinach wahi hekte. And that's just a seasonal thing that happens. And we welcome the snow because from the snow, waki hetan, from the snow, we get moisture. We get moisture for the grasses to grow, for the greenery of the spring, wetukaha, for the flowers, the medicines, the berries. They all need moisture so that things will grow. So we welcome that, although it's, we don't like walking around it, we complain about it, but that's just the way it is for the well-being of our environment, Uchimaka, Mother Earth, to replenish again, start the growth of food, of medicine, and these kinds of things. Woyote is the food, woyote. Parizizi, the carrots, champa, the chokecherry, wipazoka, the saskatoons. Like these kinds of things will start to grow. And the pijuta, the medicines, will start to grow. So everything is renewed. In Dakota, the new year is coming up now, pretty quick here. When new growth happens, like March, April, somewhere in there, when you see grasses grow, that's our new year. When things are renewed, we start growing again. You see the greenery, the flowers. That's our new year. But again, the powers that be changed that and said January 1st is the new year. We said, oh, okay, all right. If you want to believe that, I guess you're welcome to. But we all follow that, the Gregorian 12-month calendar. In our bodies, in our system, it kind of messes around with that. The way we are spiritually, physically, emotionally, it's all connected to these seasons. So that kind of messes things up, our internal clock, I guess, But that's how it is. That is why tomorrow is April Fool's Day. The term April Fool they came up with that phrase, that word, after they changed from the Julian calendar, the old calendar, to the new calendar, the Gregorian calendar. Some of the people back in the day in Europe over there, they didn't want to follow that change. They resisted. But the rulers of that day called the resistors, they're fools. That's why April Fool's Day, they named it that. The people that resisted the new form of the calendar year. So I guess I'm a fool, because I'd rather have the 13 month the way it does. Actually is, you can actually count it, It's not 12 and a few days, but it's 13 full moons. So I call myself a fool, I guess. I still believe in the old ways. And the old ways instructs me biologically to be who I am. Matue, who am I? Matue. Damakota, I'm a Dakota. Dakota Iwaye, I speak the Dakota language. Dakota Wa'on, I live a Dakota way of life, mind, body, and spirit. I had an interesting conversation last couple of days ago with my younger brother, my Misun. We talked about the language. And we talked about where language came from, where language was given originally, where language was given. He gave me a really good insight on who we are, who we're supposed to be as a Dakota people. Dakota people, our language was given by our creator, Atewa Kantanka. He speaks the Dakota language. These are the kinds of things that he was talking about. It makes very, very good common sense, yes. The creator that we talk about, Atewa Kantanka. What kinds of mystery? We don't understand them. What kinds of mystery? Tanka it's enormous, it's unfathomable, it's huge, a huge mystery. That's who our creator is, that's what we call him. Because we don't fully understand him. We never will. Never, fully. We will never fully understand our creator. If we do, we will be just like him. Will be a god or Wakantanka if we understand the vast knowledge that he has. And we don't. That's why we act in a humble way. Being humble. We know that there is a mystery that controls our lives. Not controlled fully. If he fully controls our life, then we'll never do wrong. But we always do wrong every day. I do wrong, So even though he controls our lives, he gives us a mind to act in such a way that it's good for myself and it's good for the people around me. Wowa wohoda is one of them, to be respectful. Wowa wohoda. But you have to do it for yourself first. I respect myself. Because Creator gave me this life. Wichuni wa mak'u. Wichuni is life. Mak'u he gave me. To be a certain way. And it's hard to be like that all the time, but we try to be. To be that humble person. Ainina uyakumpe. Because we expect that out of the other person. The other person is respectful, I'm respectful. The other person is helpful, I'm helpful. The other person is caring, so I'm caring. When you practice all these positive characteristics of what Creator gave humans to be, then you're the ultimate beautiful being that Creator gave life to be. And it's our minds, wotawachin, our minds, wotawachin, that leads us astray wo tawachi. Wo ta wa chi. Mind. Your mind is a beautiful thing. Your mind controls. Your mind does action, make you do things. Your mind. When your mind is washte, your mind is good because you emulate these good characteristics Creator gave us to be that ultimate good person. Your mind controls that. It makes you do, it creates action. Toka oakikte. I'm going to help that person. Oakikte. Unshiwadakte. I'm going to care. I'm going to have empathy. Empathy comes from mind, spirit, body. Body is the action. Sometimes we don't do it because our mind says, I don't want to help that guy. He's a fool. He believes in the old way. He's foolish. You don't have to do that. You don't have to act like that. So we don't help, We don't want to help. We don't want to show empathy. Wowa unshida. Wowa unshida is the empathy, the caring that we're supposed to have for fellow man, human. And we go about our days doing that. And we see the results of it out in the community. And I'm at fault with that too, Everybody is. But that's the mind. There's a positive side and a negative side to everything. Positive, negative. We hope to have more positive than more negative. Wawashtekinde e tankakte otakte. Washichakinde jonanakte will be less. At least that's what we thrive to be. So we apply these positive characteristics. We think about it. We do it, right? And that is how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be acting like that. But Creator, He gave us a mind. We are in control of our mind. And that's how we function throughout the days. And our function results in the lifestyle that we make. We chuni are the lifestyle that we have. We chuni, unkie, us, me, nie, you, unkie, all of us. We make that lifestyle by using our mind. We're supposed to be good mind, causes positive action, positive lifestyle. Do we see that today? Do we see it? A positive lifestyle? Or is there something that we need to change? That's when your wo'inina comes into play. Wo'inina is one of the virtues, the characteristics of who we are. We're given a mind, a brain to think. If we see something that needs a little bit of change, we think about it. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do this to change that. So we are given tools. Creator gave us tools to make our lives better. So when we look at our community, what do we see? What do we see in our community? Oyanke, this place, this settlement, Oyanke, Wipazoka Wakpa. Saskatoon, Wipazoka, Saskatoon, Wakpa River or creek. That's the name, Chajed name for Sioux Valley. Wipazoka Wakpa. When I look at Wipazoka Wakpa, what do I see? What do I see? I see lots of good. I see lots of good people. But I can see some things that needs to be changed, right? Nothing is 100% positive. So we thrive. We thrive to change those things that need changing. And if we all have our woinina, we do our woinina, sit still, contemplate, think about our environment, and do that together, then we can come up with some things that we could change. And we put a plan together and we set it into motion. If you do that wo'inina, to contemplate about the language and the culture. So we all sit together, we have wo'inina, we think about the environment, the language environment, the cultural environment, we think about that. Okay. It's not where it should be. It's not where it should be. It's easy to come to that conclusion. It's not, I don't see it. So now we've identified something that needs to be changed. What do we do about it? What are we going to do? Okay. Hakashi Alaner, okay, these will select and they'll teach the language. That's a positive. So Hakashi sits here and she teaches the language. It's up to you. You. Niepi, all of you, to listen, to understand, and to use the language. Because the oyate, the thinkers, the wo'inina-ers, they thought about that. So that needs to be worked on, and we'll have a session. We'll identified Hakashi to do the teaching. Everything is being done. Okay, here's the plan. It's up to you, the individuals, now to take it and use that plan. But are we doing it? That is another question. And that's where we are today with the language. The language and the culture. We are repairing it. It was threatened. Now we've identified that, and now we need to work at it to bring it back. It was done systematically, our loss of language. Dakodi Iapi Tochpeumkiap. It was forced upon us to lose that language. And they say, if you take the language and the culture away from a family, you've destroyed that family. Because with the language and the culture comes a way of life. What to do, what not to do. So you take that away, and there's a void there. And that void needs to be filled with something. What is that something? That we filled this void where we used to have the language and we used to do the culture. We don't do that anymore. So what took place of that? What are we doing now today? What are we doing? It's urgent that we replace that before too long, we shouldn't leave it for any length of time. Because all over the world, there's nations, there's tribes, there's nations that speak their own language. Those languages all over the world that are spoken by the people of those areas There are what you call nations, and there are what you call sovereign nations. Look at the Russian people. Yashicha, Russian, Germany, Yashicha. The Chinese, the Japanese, Kisuna, the one braid, Kisuna. Kisuna is to braid. The old pictures of the Asian people, they have one braid, remember? That's why they're called Kisuna. They have their own language. They have their own territory, their own area. And the language is spoken there. That's a sovereign language. You come over here to the land of the Dakota. What are we doing? We speak a foreign language called the English language. So are we Dakota or are we English? What are we? So that is something that I want you to think about. What do we want to be? If we say we are Dakota nation, well, where is the language? When the German and the Russian and the Chinese and the Japanese, when they say they're a nation, they're speaking their language. Ye ta'o iye kichumpe. They're using their language. Ta'o iye kichumpe, they're using it. Over here, we say we're from here, Dakota Makoche, Dakota Makoche, the land of the Dakota Ocheti Shakoin. Here it is. But I don't hear it. I hear English language. Something to think about and something we want to repair. I'm just enjoying my Pepsi. The language was given to the people by Creator. This is who you are. I made you this people here. Here's your language. Here's my language. I give it to you. You practice it. Hey numpte. Then you understand your surroundings. You'll understand what I've created. You'll understand personal connection. Here are the words. Here are the words I speak, Dakota, to you. He's still speaking Dakota to us, but we're answering him in English. He might be saying, ooh, what's going on here? If I was creator, I'll do that, right? So, ooh, what are you doing? I gave you a language. What are you doing? If you don't want your language, then I'll take it back. Oh, you don't need your land. Be that other person over there. Because that's what we're doing. So, Dakota Iapi wo. Speak the Dakota language is what we're saying. Dakota Iapi wo. Nakota Iapi wo. Lakota Iapi wo. This is who you are. This is what Creator gave you. If you respect Creator, you respect yourself. You respect yourself, you respect Creator. We can't change that. But it was changed for us. We understood that. We know that now. Now we've got to put it back. Ake ichipash. Ichipash is back. We'll put it. We'll put it back. It was over there. It was taken from us and it was over there. Now we're going to ichipash. As to who we are as Dakota. And these written forms here, just like my Misun made a model, teaching model. This is who we are. We talked about these things. an English Dakota dictionary, John P. Williamson. Why did John P. Williamson think that Dakota language is important back in the day, back in the 1800s? Why did he think language is important? You know, why should we think it's important that we should revive and retain, never to lose again, because we respect Ohondapi, Atewa Kantanka. Ohondapi, we respect his creation, which is us. So, that is the reason why this John P. Williamson, and I thank him for that today, for putting this dictionary together. And it's, you know, it's wonderful. Washte, taku washte, it's wonderful. Many, many words here. In English, let's pick a word here and talk about that. Pitifully, pitiful. Pitiful, wa'oshida. Unshika is being pitiful. Unshika. Pitifully, unshia. Pitifully, unshia. Unshia wa'on. I'm a pitiful person according to Creator, how He looks at me. Umashike. I'm pitiful. I'm nobody. I'm nobody but this life that Creator gave me. I'm pitiful. Unshiawa. Unshiawa. Pitifulness. Wa unshidapi. Wo wa chteshni. Wo chteshni. Wo chteshni is you're not to be pitied. You're pitiful. Wo chteshni. So piracy. So look, these words. Piracy, vita wata wamanope. Piracy, vita wata wamanope. Wamanope. Vita is what? Vita is an island. Vita is something that's together, like an island. Is Vita. Remember Tinta Vita, Prairie Island? Tinta is the prairie, and it's not vast, but there's an area of prairie there. Hey, Vita, Vitaya come together. Vita, Vita. I think it's a good word to remember. Where did I find that pirate, right? Where are you? Piracy. Where are you? Well, here we go. Piracy, Vita Wata. Vita is the object, the thing. Wata is the boat. Wata is a boat. So Vita Wata is the boat. And it has to do with the piracy. And that word kind of rings a bell to me. And it's the thing that is practiced today. Wamanu vichashta, a pirate is a wamanu vichashta, the man that steals, a pirate. Wita Wata Wamanu, the one that steals piracy. It's very important to understand. There could be a big discussion over that as to who we are. Who made us who we are today? So, and again, I urge you to look at these dictionaries, Dakota English Dictionary, Dakota to English Dictionary, English to Dakota Dictionary. So it's very important. Dakota Iapkinde. This language we call Dakota Iapi. We didn't always, we didn't figure this out ourselves as a race, as a human race. It was given to us. It was given to us by our Creator. And it differentiates us from different people from different areas. And this is who we're supposed to be. As a group of people, individuals, people that live together, the Ocheti Shakoan, Dakota, Nakota, Lakota. We are given this language to use and to thrive. We had thriving communities back in the day because we practiced the ways, we understood our surroundings. The seasonal times of the year, what to expect over centuries, generations. Wicho Ichage is a generation. Wicho Ichage is a generation. Many generations we've come. And in only maybe 2 or 3 generations we're losing everything. Because we were interfered with. Nagia Unyapi, interfering. Nagia, why? I'm interfering. So that we've been interfered with so much that our lives have become unmanageable. We don't know who we are. And we've discussed this before, who you are. Who you are is your Dakota. Who you are is your name, your Dakota name, Nakota, Lakota. And your language, Iapi, the language. That is who you are. He created, He gave you that. That way to be that person, to be that people. That is who we are. And that is who we strive to be. When we know, when we understand that we are losing that, it should give us, we should be alarmed by it and try to fix it. That's what Woinina will give you. Woinina says that you are losing your language. And then you must do something about it. If you believe in a Creator that gave you that language and that culture. I was talking to one of my nephews downstates, and he was mentioning something that made me think, and he said back in the day, the Dakotas down in the States, Minnesota, South Dakota, in that area there, the Dakotas, they always think Sioux Valley, Wipazakapwakpa, was the Mecca of the Dakota language. We kept the Dakota language going strong. Dakota ways, we kept it strong. And that's what he said. I never really thought about it that way, that this was the Mecca of the Dakota language, Dakota culture. And I find that we're losing that now though, and we need to rebuild. Okay, Aki chipos unkagap, we will rebuild on that. Because now we understand that. We're starting to lose it, and we need to rebuild it. Aki unkagap. So hey na Dakota yapkinde te unchindapte, we cherish. Te unchindapte, we cherish who we are. We should anyway. Cherish who we're supposed to be. So coming here, and dedwa to speak the language, Dakota iwaikte, Dakota iwayamankekte. I'm going to keep on speaking Dakota until you understand. Until you get bored with me. When you get bored with me, then I know you're understanding now. You'll say, hey, this one, okay. He's saying that again. Well, yeah, at least you're understanding now, because you're getting bored with my teaching. Now you understand that. The repetition, that makes you understand. Oh, he should talk about something else, to expand your vocabulary, expand your mind. So, I would gladly know that you are bored with me, because that's how I gauge that you're understanding the language. So I'm going to keep on repeating. Dakota wo dakamakekte. How about any kind? I don't have to have a subject matter all the time. But head Dakota wo dakikahanayachumte. I'll keep on speaking the Dakota language so you'll hear it. Oyakachnichapte, you'll understand it. And hopefully it's up to you, hinia, you'll use it. Remember I said, talk to a friend, text somebody in Dakota. You have to keep using it, keep expanding it. And we've said it before, learn one Dakota word a day, one Dakota word. Understand the full meaning of it. You do that every day. And they say there's 365 days in a year. I don't know if that's true or not, but could be 364, could be 366, according to the Gregorian calendar. I don't know, but if you learn one word a day, you should learn about 365 words in 1 year to fully understand each word of those 365. You will know the language. You will be able to speak the language. 365 words. This morning or this afternoon, the way I was talking here, I must have only used 100 different words. Maybe not even that. With those words, it could be 50 words that I've used in Dakota. I was able to communicate to you. What if you learn 50 words, phrases, 25 phrases, 15 phrases of 50 to 100 words? Notice I was able to communicate with you. Takun ochichi akape, I told you something. Takun nayach umpe, you heard something. Takun oyakachinikape, you remember something, you understand something. So, yeah, I only maybe used 100 words to speak to you this afternoon. And that's all it is. To understand each word. Each word, oyakachinekte, you understand it fully. The different ways of using it. And then you will learn the language. Just like the word nie, you, mie, unkie, it all has to do with us. Unkie. But there's 3 different ways of saying it, individually and together. Mie, me, nie, you, unkie, all of us. There's 3 different ways of saying us, me, you, who we are. So once you understand mie, nie, unkie, then you can have a conversation. Tokia da hai. Where are you going? Nia, you. Nia, tokia da hai. Where are you going? Otuantabade. I'm going to town. Then you might ask me back, Nishto, what about you? Nishto, tokia da hai. What about you? Where are you going? Nishto. What about you? Nia, you. Takto kano hai. What are you doing? Nia, ampetuki. This day, ampetuki. Takto kano. What are you doing this day? Ampetukin de. Takto kanukta hai. What are you going to do? Remember the first phrase? What are you doing? Ampetukin de. Takto kano hai. What are you doing? What are you gonna do? Ampetukin de. Takto kanukta hai. It didn't happen. You didn't do it yet. Kta references that. Kta means you haven't done it yet. What are you going to do? Ampetukin de takto kanukta hai. What are you going to do today? Ampetukin de takto kanu hai. What are you doing in this day? What are you doing right now? Takto kanu hai. Takto kanukta hai. Like those different ways of saying or conveying that idea, that message. So hina, those, I want you to think about, idukshant. Think about that. Everyday language. Repetition. If you understand a phrase today, if you learn a little sentence today, keep on using it every day. Keep on using it every day. Especially if you have children, your children, you know. Hiu ito, come here once, ito, it means yes, it's not definite, but ito, come here once, come here, you know, kind of a thing, you know. Hiu ito, come here. Iotaka, sit down. Dechia, over here. Dechia, over here. Dechia hiuito, come over here. Kakia, over there. Kakia, over there. Kakia yaito, go over there. Kakia ya, go ito. You know, kind of. Ito is kind of a hard word to interpret. Ito is kind of like, yeah, go over there, you know. It's not definite, but ito is kind of like, yeah, go over there. Dechia, Gakia. Dechia is a general area over here. Gakia is a general area over there. Dead is definitely right here. Dead, right here. Dead uito, come here. Dead ua. Dechia ua, come kind of over here. Come over here. Gakia yawa, go over there. If you want to be specific about Gakia, you can say Regina, Hechia yawo, go to Regina. Regina, Hechia. Hechia is there. Ya, go, wo, do. Regina, Hechia, yawo. Winnipeg, Hechia, yawo, specifically. Regina, Hechia, bedekte. I'm going to go to Regina. Regina, Hechia, bedekte. Winnipeg, Hechia, bedekte. I will go to Winnipeg. Hechia, over there. Regina, Hechia, Regina over there. Unyampte. We will all go. Regina, Hechia, we will all go. Winnipeg, Hechia, Winnipeg over there. Unyampte. We will all go. Regina, Hechia, over there. Hechia, dekte. You go. Regina, Hechia, dekte. You go. Winnipeg, Hechia, Winnipeg over there. Dekte, you go. You go to Winnipeg. two or three different ways of saying it. You, me, I, us. 3 different ways. So if you remember those words, use it every day. Hio dechia over there. Hio dechia over here. Okakia. Hio kakia. Wota. Eat. Hio dechia iataka. Come over here, sit down. Wota. Eat. Wota ahdaha. Are you hungry? Wota ahdaha. Are you hungry? You might say, ho, wote wahada do. Yes, ho, yes, wote wahada. I'm hungry. Wote wahada, yeah. Remember the gender endings? Yeah for female, do. Wo is, do and wo is for the male. Wote wahada do. I am hungry. Wote wahada, yeah. I am hungry. Wawata wachin. I want to eat something. Wawata wachin. Wotehda. Wota. Wawata. I'm eating. Wachin. I want to be eating. Wote wahada. I am hungry. Wote wahada. I'm hungry. Wote wahada. Wawata wachin. Wote wahada. I'm hungry. I want to eat. Wawata wachin. I want. So like that. Ima puze, I'm thirsty. Ima puze, I am thirsty. Ini puza ha, I puzapi, we're all thirsty. Pepsi reachin. You want some Pepsi? Oh, I say, I want Pepsi. Pepsi wachin. Ima puze. Pepsi wachin. I puzapi, we're all thirsty. Pepsi unchimpi, we all want Pepsi. See, that one word, 1 or 2 words, phrases, can create a phrase. Now you remember that. It could be Pepsi, it could be mini, it could be water, it could be juice, whatever it is. Yachi, you want. Inipuza, you want. We want. Like that. To understand fully these words and how to use it. In plural or singular fashion. Singular, plural fashion. With the gender ending. Do or wo or ye. Ima puzeya, I'm thirsty. Minu achinya, I want water. Awata wachinya, I want to eat. Wata wahada, I'm hungry. These kinds of things. So dinade, these dinade uncomfortable. We're going to keep on saying that. I want you to sit there and listen. That's what I want. To hear the spoken word so you can pronounce it properly. So that you can use it. And when I hear it, I know you're saying it properly. And remember, remember, this language was given to us. We chose Iapi de unkupi. We were given this language by a creator. Ate wakantaka, our Father, the great mystery. Ate is Father, Wakan is mystery or sacred, Tanka is immense. That gave us an existence and identity, a way to live. Unipte, the existence. Unyakumpte, existence. He gave us the tools, wotawe, the tools to exist, to thrive. Unipte, to grow. Unipte. So hina, kiksuyapo mitakuyepe, friends and relatives, kiksuyapo, remember that. And start listening and start using what you know. Because that is who you are. Hiniedo. Danikota Nakota hinicha, lakota hinicha. Mishda makota.